Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya
Gurudev,
Prabhupada
Gurudev,
Prabhupada Gurudev Gurudev Prabhupada.
Om Shabbat Paramahamsa Privrajagacharya Stotra Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Maharaj Ki.
Jai
Shabbat Paramahamsa Privrajagacharya Stotra Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Ki.
Jai
Nandagodi Vaishnavandi Ki.
Jai.
Amacharya Das Thakur Ki.
Very good.
प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री द्वैत धाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की
Jai
जय गो प्रेमानंदे
Very good.
Gurus assembled devotees, all Gurus assembled devotees, all Gurus assembled devotees, Guru Gauranga.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om 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 Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam prayesha badreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
uttamashloke bhakti bhavati
Bhavati Naishtagi
krishnaya vasudevaya devi nandanaya cha nanda
Nanda
gopakaya govindaya namo namah
Namaha
नाभाया नमः पंकजमालिने पंकजनेत्राय मूकं करोति वाचालं वातमहं वन्दे
परमा
श्री चैतन्यमीश्वरं परमानन्दमाधवम्. Hare Krishna. Bhagavad Gita as it is reading from chapter 15, the Yoga of the Supreme Person, and today's verses 19 and 20. Verse 19. Yo mameva vasammudho janadi purushottamam sa sarvavid bhajadi mam sarvabhavena bharata. Yo mameva sammudho janadi purushottamam sa sarvavid bhajadi mam sarvabhavena bharata. Yo mameva sammudho janadi purushottamam sa sarvavid bhajadi mam sarvabhavena bharata. Yes, Katyani Maji.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yo mam eva sammudha janadi purushottamam sa sarvavid bhajati mam sarvabhavena bharata. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Vaikari.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yo mameva sammuda janadi purushottamam sa sarvavit bhajadima sarva bhavena bharada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, anyone, mam unto me, evam certainly, asammudha without doubt, janadi knows, purushottamam the supreme personality of Godhead, sa he sarvavit knower of everything, bhajadi renders devotion service, mam unto me, sarvabhavena in all respects, bharada or son of Bharada. Whoever knows me as a supreme personality of Godhead without doubting is to be understood as a knower of everything, and he therefore engages himself in full devotion service, O son of Bharada. Verse 20. Idi guhyatamam shastram idamuktam maya naga edad buddhva buddhiman syam kritakrityascha bharada. Iti guhyatamam shastramidamuktam maya nagha edad buddhva buddhiman syat kritakrityascha bharata. Iti guhyatamam shastramidamuktam maya nagha edad buddhva buddhiman syat kritakrityascha bharata. Yes.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Iti guhyatamam shastram idamuktam maya nakha edat buddhva buddhiman syat kritakrityascha bharata. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Resha. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Idi guhyatamam shastram idamuktam maya nakha etat buddha buddhiman syat krida krityascha bharata. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Iti, thus, Guhyatamam, the most confidential, Shastram revealed scriptures, Idam, this, Uktam, disclosed, Maya, by me, Anagha, O sinless one, Edat, this, Buddhva, understanding, Buddhiman, intelligent, Syat, one becomes, Kridakritya, the most perfect, Cha, and Bharada, O son of Bharata. This is the most confidential part of Vedic scriptures, O sinless one, and it is disclosed now by me. Whoever understands this will become wise, and his endeavors will know perfection. Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chachurmenidam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthavidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mahyam Dadadi Swapadandigam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamstam Shri Rupam Sakarajadam Sagana Raghunatham Vidam Tam Sajivam Sadvedam Parijanasaidam Chaitanya Devam Radha Pada and Sahagana Lalita Shivishaganidam Sam Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Idinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Vashapanavi Devi Daityaya Kribhabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namam Madhuryo Jala Premadhya Rupanuga Bhaktida Gaura Shakti Surubaya Namaste Gauravani Shri Dinadarine Rupanuga Viridhava Siddhanta Dandaharine Namo Gaurakishoraya Sakshal Vairagya Murte Vipralambara Sambodhe Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Surubaya Rupanuga Varayade Gaura Virbhava Bhumestam Nirdeshta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannathaya Te Namaha Suruba Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha Shijiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunatha H.I. Goshai Kuricharan Bandhan Jaham Hote Vignanash Abhishtapuran Vancha Kalpadruvishti Kripa Sindhuvi Evacham Paidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratushe Namam Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Surupakam Bhaktavadaram Bhaktakyam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagalpade Gopesha Gopiga Kanda Radha Kanda Namastude Jedam Sridopangor Mahadevadi Mat Sarvasubadam Bojo Radha Madanamo Vidarne Kalpatimada Srimad Nagar Simhasanasto Srimad Radha Shiragovinda Devo Preshthalevi Sevimano Smarami Shriman Rasarasarambi Vamshi Vada Tadasthidaha Karshan Venus Sunair Gopi Gopinada Shri Tunam Kanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanusudhe Devi Pranamami Harite. Cha Kalpavescha Kripa Sindhu Cha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radhara Shri Vasadi Gaurava Kavindam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Yo mameva sammudo janadi purushottamam sa sarvavid bhajati imam sarvabhavena bharata. Whoever knows me as a Supreme Personality of Godhead without doubting is to be understood as a knower of everything, and he therefore engages himself in full devotional service, O son of Bharata. So these are the two concluding verses of this 15th chapter titled The Yoga of the Supreme Person. So Krishna is concluding that the person who knows me totally as a Supreme Personality Godhead, because the absolute truth is defined in Srimad Bhagavatam as Vadanti tat tattvavidat tattvam jnanam advayam brahmedi paramatmedi bhagavanidi shabdyade. So three aspects of absolute truth are Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. So these are actually one and the same thing, but different aspects. For Brahman is having Satchidananda is there. Satchit Anand, everything is there, but it doesn't have specific powers, doesn't have activities, doesn't have name, form, doesn't have virtues, doesn't have associates as well as dharms. So the Brahman aspect is impersonal aspect of the absolute truth. And then this is second one is Paramatma. Second aspect is Paramatma. This time name form is there. Name and form is there. But pastimes are not there. Pastimes are not there. Associates are not there. So therefore, this is a second aspect which is slightly more advanced or more full in compared to Brahman aspect. While the Bhagavan aspect is all conclusive. Everything is there. Everything is contained in Bhagavan. Name, form, pastimes, associates, dharms, everything is there. Powers, virtues, energies, all is as a personification and the form. So, the personal form, the Bhagavan form of the absolute truth is highest, without doubt. That is what all the Shastra says. That is, that realization of the supreme aspect, personal aspect of the absolute truth is proclaimed throughout the Vedas. Vedeshu sarve ahameva vedyam. So this essence of Vedanta, which is revelation of the absolute person, the final aspects of the absolute truth. One who knows this is Vedavid. And how he knows this? Through Krishna only. Krishna is the first Vedavid, or only Vedavid of Vedanta Sutra. So the knowledge which is percolating from Krishna only is the correct knowledge, is the absolute knowledge. So that's why we have the parampara, starting from Krishna, Brahma, Narada, Vedavyasa, Madhvacharya, etc. We have the great parampara. And this truth can be understood only through the bona fide parampara, starting from Krishna. So, Krishna is the Supreme Personality which is explained in many Upanishads also, like Gopalata Krishna eva varodeva tam dhyayet tam raset tam yajet tam bhajet. Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality. Meditate upon him. Krishna eva paro deva. Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Tam dhyayat. Meditate upon him. Tam drasayat. Relish the bliss of his devotion. Tam yajed. Worship him. And bhaje. Tam bhaje. And serve him. This is Gopala Tabani Upanishad. Again, Gopala Tabani Upanishad says, Yoso Param Brahma Gopalaha. Gopal, God Krishna is the Supreme Being. And Srimad Bhagavatam also you can find so many verses which is supporting this. So, Yasmat Chak, that's why he's proclaimed as the Supreme Person in all the Shrutis and the Smritis. So, the person who knows this aspect, he is the Supreme, who is a person who is unbewildered. So these aspects, the Brahman, Paramatma, and the Bhavan aspect can be compared to a train. Suppose you are standing on a platform and from long distance you find the whistle and some light is there, some light is approaching you. That light aspect of the train can be compared to Brahman. As a train comes nearer, you find a simmering form. It's not very defined, but some simmering form, light is everything is there. And that is a Paramatma aspect. And when the train finally comes to a halt in front of you on the platform, you see the complete train with many bogies, compartments, passengers, everyone. That is a final realization is God, Krishna. So this aspect of realization, this realization is a final realization. And those who are not reached that level may speculate many things about Krishna. Speculation. Krishna is this, Krishna is that, and so many speculation will be there. But one who is beyond this, one who is not bewildered, by the grace of Krishna, he can know Krishna as a Supreme Person, and that is Krishna is everything. That aspect is known to him. And once he knows this, then doesn't waste time on more speculation. He engages in devotional service. That is what it is given. Yoma asamoda, yomam evam asamoda, janadi purushottamam, sa sarvavit bhajanemam sarvavit bharata. Sarvavit. All aspects. By the Nabadha. By his mind, words, and action, he is worshipping Krishna only. He knows that the only goal in life is to serve Krishna only. So why should he waste any time? And he has heard it from the right source, from the Shuddhis. Amnaya. So from that he understands that the individual soul is always subordinate to Krishna. So individual soul should always engage in devotional service to Krishna. For that, he aspect here doesn't have any doubt on this. So he is in a very safe position, he is in a secure position, he is in a very happy position, because he has finally understood that the correct position of the absolute truth, and he knows that now that he is the right path. Bewilderment happens when you are not sure of the path. Bewilderment is there when you feel that, am I following the right path? Some doubts will arise in your mind, prop up in your mind. then one is not very sure of what one is doing. But when one is very sure of the path, that this path alone will take him to Krishna. Tadat padat tat parimargidavyam yasmin gada nivartande bhuya. That particular path which will lead to Krishna. Now, because you understood that Krishna is a supreme person, he is an absolute person, Purushottama. And Krishna himself declares that Bhaktya ma vijanadi yava yasham satatudaha mam tu avivijarena bhakti yogena sevade sagunan. So after that, Krishna he can be understood only through bhakti only, devotion only. So we are that Bhakta is fully convinced. And there are so many verses in Shrutis which support this. So we were discussing that in the 10.15, 1.20.14. So 31.32, 1.20.31.32, that whatever achievements or whatever benefits you can get from Nishkama Karma Yoga, Tapasyas, Jnana, Ashtanga Yoga, Dana Dharma, austerities, whatever that you can get, can be easily surpassed by devotion. And devotion, the devotee, if he is interested, he can go to Swarga or above or get liberated, or he can go to Golok Vrindavan also. So many aspects are there. In many shlokas are there, many verses are there in Shrutis which will support this. So the cleaning process is there. If devotion service is there, there is no need for any other processes. In Bhudamala, Kuleshwar Perumal emphasizes this. There is no other process other than devotion service to Krishna only. Kuleshwar Perumal is very emphatic on this. Other processes are compared to sesame seeds in front of the great mountain, Meru Mountain. Meru Mountain is 80 miles high. So 8,000 yojanas tall. So tall. And if you compare the same seed to use Meru Mountain, you can get an idea the difference between Bhakti Yoga and other yogas. Because other processes, even though you may do it so many years, so many lifetimes, you will not reach the personal aspect of Krishna. At the most, you can realize the Brahman aspect or Paramatma aspect, but you can now reach the personal aspect, which can be reached only through devotion. So for that, we have to surrender to Krishna in complete humility and chant his holy name. So in the next verse, Krishna says, Idi guhyatamam shastram. This is the most confidential shastra. Idamuktam mayanaga, spoken by me today to you. Edad buddha buddhiman syad. One whoever understands this will become wise. Buddhiman syad, he will become wise. Krita krityascha bharata, and his endeavors will know perfection. All the actions he has done, he'll do on the basis of this, after becoming knowledgeable. Because he has understood the most confidential part, most confidential portion of the Vedanta Sutra, which is contained in Traishloki Gita 16, 17, and 18, ultimately realizes the correct position of Krishna and the correct position or aspect of the absolute truth. So he can easily be free from the moods of nature. So once the light of knowledge is dawned, then the darkness of nescience will disappear. Like Niharan Iva Bhaskara. Srimad Bhagavatam says Niharan Iva Bhaskara. When the sun shines, the dew is being evaporated. Like that, darkness of nescience, ignorance, will be completely vanquished. The light, sun-like knowledge emanating from Krishna. Krishna is like a sun, is a condensed knowledge. So wherever there is sun, there is no darkness. And so where there Krishna is there is no Maya. So that person has become wise like this. So the Bhakta may look superficially to be a very simple person. But is the most intelligent. The scholarly person, in the eyes of a public or layman, he may be a big personality, knowing everything, all the Shastras, all the Upanishads, Vedas, everything. But he has not realized Krishna. So, knowing Vedas without understanding the essence of Vedas is like beating husk, trying to take out the grain from a husk. In husk, there is no grain inside. So you may spend your lifetime, many years, beating this husk, the hope of getting a grain. You will not get it. So Krishna here, he addresses Arjuna as Anagha. Anagha. Anagha means the sinless one who is very pure. Arjuna has become pure, pure because of his devotional service. Unless one is free from sinful reactions, it is very difficult to understand Krishna. Unless one is free from sinful reactions, it is very difficult to understand Krishna. Because reactions is there when your consciousness is blocked or clouded by these reactions, it will be very difficult for you to understand Krishna. So one has to become free from all the sinful reactions, and that can be done only through devotional service. So to understand Krishna, the sinful reactions have to be exhausted. And to exhaust the sinful reactions, you have to render devotional service to Krishna. So there are two types of devotional service. The first aspect, as we are mentioning, is a sadhana bhakti, which we are doing. We are in this in the modes only. We are the Baddhatmas. So we do the sadhana bhakti under the guidance of a spiritual master, engaging in devotional service, essentially in Navadha, associating with devotees, visiting Krishna's dham, various dhams, and such places, reading Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and association with devotees. All these things we are doing. And slowly and gradually, we are moving towards this purity. And once we are pure, then the bhakti becomes very, bhava and prema will be generated from this aspect, and that is called the Raga Bhakti. So devotional service is so pure and potent that once one is engaged in devotional service, he immediately comes to the stage of sinlessness. In Madhuri Kadambari, Vishwanath Thakura is comparing the sadhana bhakti as a raw mango and Raga Bhakti as a ripe mango. Both are mangoes. But sadhana bhakti is compared to raw mango, and the Raga Bhakti is compared to ripe mango. Both are relishable. So even at the sadhana stage itself, our life becomes very sweet because we are constantly engaged in devotion service. We may not have the spontaneous love towards Krishna. That is true. We may be still afflicted by sinful reactions emanating from the karmas done by us based on gunas. That is also true. But the thing is, we are engaged in devotional service. The fact that we are engaged in devotional service itself is enough for us to sustain and continue our efforts. Because we have this knowledge that Krishna is supreme and devotional service to Krishna only is the right process. That knowledge, when we have, and when you have these three aspects which is mentioned in Nectar of Instruction, Utsaha, Nishchaya, Dhairya, then we are in a very safe and strong platform. So sometimes when we are in devotional service, sometimes some unwanted things may crop up in our heart. Like weeds, when you're trying to grow some nice plant, sometimes the weeds may crop up. And we have to be very alert and vigilant when this happens. So these weeds are the form of desires in the heart. Because we are still not free from the gunas. So the Maya Shakti will always feed us with different kinds of desires. The mind is capable of generating so many desires. It will astonish you that your capacity of mind to offer so many things, attractive things to us. So this is basically termed as, when you are attracted towards this basically termed as weakness of the heart. Hirdaya Daurbalyam. So Srila Prabhupada says that we have to overcome this weakness of the heart. Krishna also advises saying to Arjuna, Chudram Hirdaya Daurbalyam Tekto Tishtaparatva. Chudram is very dirty, very harmful. This heart desires, if you are allowing it to grow, if you are careless, if it is growing inside you, then that will destroy the gentle, sweet Lata, Bhakti Lata. So that we have to be very vigilant, and whenever these desires are there, it comes up in your heart, you have to pluck it out and remove it entirely from heart. For that, of course, we have to surrender to Krishna only, but then we have to be alert. Whenever this comes crop up, we have to be alert. So ever vigilant, we have to be in a Jagra Rupa. Then take shelter of holy name. That's the only way. On our own, we cannot remove this desires. The material desires which is corrupting our consciousness. We cannot, on our own, cannot remove it. No, it's not possible. Only Krishna can remove it. For that, we have to take shelter of the holy name. That's why Srila Prabhupada always says, take shelter of the holy name. Take shelter of the holy name of this. That will protect you always. So, these are the essence of these verses. If you have any clarifications required, you may ask. Otherwise, thank you very much. Karthiyane Maji can render Narasim Kirtan. Narasim Kirtan ചെയ്തോളൂ. Narasimha.
इतो नरसिंह भरतो नरसिंह यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंह इतो नरसिंह भरतो नरसिंह यतो 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 यामि ततो नरसिंह नरसिंह दये नरसिंह नरसिंहम् आदि शरणं प्रपद्ये तव करकमलवरे नका अल्पशृङ्ग दलित हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्ग केशवधृत नर हरि नर हरिरूप जय जगदीश जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय विघ्न विनाशन जय नरसिंहदेव जय विघ्न विनाशन जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय भक्त प्रहलाद जय भक्त प्रहलाद जय भक्त प्रहलाद जय भक्त प्रहलाद हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि 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 बोल गंभीरं महाविष्णुं जगतं सर्वलोकं नृसिंहं केशवं भद्रं मृत्युं मृत्युं जय नरसिंह जय नरसिंह जय जय नरसिंह जय प्रहलादेश जय जय पद्मभृंग विघ्न विनाशन नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की जय हरे कृष्ण
सिंधुदेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नंदगोड़ी वैष्णव की जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय।